Hello Libra, welcome to your weekly reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If you're watching this reading was meant to find you. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here we have the Death card. This is the fundamental force of change in the universe. Okay. This is someone, I think, that is really in the process of shedding skin. Yeah, of molting, of leaving behind all of the issues, baggage, all of the dead weight of our lives. Yeah, in an effort to continue moving forward, continue exceeding, progressing, excelling at something. Okay. I feel like you're somebody who's trying to recycle, recycle energy, recycle the attention that you've been giving something else and put it towards something that you truly find to be worthwhile. Okay. And sometimes the Death card could be a very harsh card. It can say that, this stuff here is gone out of your life. We release it, but we reclaim our energy so that we can continue living and pushing forward. Yeah. Nothing is wasted. No experience is wasted. No time is ever wasted. Right? But what we need to do now, I think, is figure out if this is that turning point where we really, truly let go of something from the past and embrace the future and push toward the future and work toward our goals. This is the card of slow but steady change. Maybe what we're looking for is rapid change, Let's see. Let's put this card into a little bit of context. We need some more cards on the table. Now we have a Queen of Wands, a Three of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, a Queen of Swords, and a Knight of Wands. Both of the queens are looking at the past, while the Knight is looking at the future. And maybe today, maybe in the present, it's okay for us to be looking at the past still. Because I think we're looking at the effort. We're looking at the plan that we had. Okay? And I think we're getting some closure. Right? I think that we are realizing that a path we were on has come to its end. Okay? Maybe we didn't get very far on that path. It doesn't mean that it was a waste of experience. It doesn't mean that it was not worthwhile. But it does mean that we need to reclaim some of our attention, some of our ambition, this fiery, creative, spiritual energy. And maybe tomorrow is the day that we start pushing ahead. Maybe today is the day of sort of remembering that past and maybe understanding what it was, why we were there, what we were doing, etc. Learning from it, but also taking a moment to gather our strength, because tomorrow is going to be a really big push. Yeah. Libra, if there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, we'll put the rest of our cards on the table here. Six of Cups, High Priestess, Seven of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. Yeah, this is going to be the start of a new ambition, a new quest. You're going to get fired up about this, okay? But it's kind of like right now we have to honor this situation that we're in now. And I feel like it has something to do with family. I can't help but feeling that, the three court cards we have here kind of clustered together are talking about a family thing. Of course, we got the High Priestess here in the environment. An older female energy recently passed in your life, right? Feels like a family member, feels like an older female. Maybe it was mom, grandma, great-grandma, older sister, or something like this. I feel like this is a situation that, you maybe right now don't feel that tomorrow's going to be a better day. When we're in this, it feels like I'm not going to have any fiery, ambitious energy. I'm not going to get excited about anything tomorrow. There's no way. But Spirit is saying that, maybe not literally tomorrow, but that your passion, your will, your courage, your energy in life, your zest, your vitality is returning. Okay? There's something to do with an older female here. I don't know if they've transitioned into spirit or if there's some other issue going on with them. But I feel like there's a message coming through from them. And maybe the message simply is, it's time for a rebirth. It's time for a renaissance in your life. It's time for you to emerge from this cocoon of the past and break free and go forward and let yourself get carried away by something. Let yourself get fired up. Okay? Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. It's the factor infinite and unknown, and we're going to set it down right here and put Belsnickel right on top. Cheer or fear. Belsnickel is here. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the end. It will tie everything together, and it will give us our confirmation at the end of the reading. So if you have a prediction, put your comments down below. All right, let's look around the room. And we have two major arcana energies, Death card, High Priestess card. The Death card is showing us what we have to leave behind. The High Priestess is showing us the way to that future, that Empress future, really, right? Because the High Priestess is card number 2. Card number 3 is the Empress. The High Priestess is that part of your that energy, that intuition, that guiding light. The truth, really, right? That's showing you the way to your true happiness, to healing, to health and well-being, both physically, financially, mentally, emotionally, all of it. It's showing you the way to that Empress life, that big rock candy mountain, okay? But in order to get here, it's kind of like Spirit saying, look, there are things that we have to, there's baggage we can't carry with us. Okay. I think this older female, I don't know if they've passed recently, but I feel now it's like more of a spirit guide for you. I feel like they are communicating to you. And maybe it's an ancestor. It feels like it could be grandma, mom, great-grandma. I feel like the strong feminine force in your life. And I feel like they're communicating to you because right now you're in this energy of looking at the past with this Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands looks at the past and thinks, I gave that damn thing everything I had. And, what became of it? Yeah. And so we're I feel like still upset about that. Now, it's really you looking back at this Ace of Pentacles and thinking, you put all of your effort into this, and I think it didn't grow. See, we've got that Seven of Pentacles in the obstacle position, kind of getting over this. I don't like to use the word failure, but it feels like we planted that seed and the plant never grew. And now you're thinking of all the time and effort and money that you spent on that thing. And it feels like I'm never going to do that again. There's never going to be a time, I'm never putting my energy into anything anymore. It's an investment. You invested in this Ace of Pentacles and it did not grow. It did not bring a return. And I think that your Queen of Wands, that aspect of yourself, is pretty pissed off about it. Frustrated because of the time, the energy, the money that was invested in that. You can't get that back. No, but it is experience. And I think Spirit's message here, this message coming from your spirit guide, who I feel is represented by both the High Priestess and the Queen of Swords that's up at the top here, is I think advising you to look at things from this higher perspective and see that, look, all experience is worthwhile experience. And the investment may not have panned out in the way you thought it would, but it still was, if anything, if nothing else, it was a learning experience, right? So I feel like the message that I'm going to call it your spirit guide. I feel that strong feminine energy attached to you right now. They're trying to point out this Three of Pentacles, trying to allow you to see that the benefits of what you were doing before was deepening your understanding of how things work. Because the Three of Pentacles is it's just that. It's understanding the process of creation on the physical plane. And now maybe you had the best of intentions, you had the right resources, maybe the soil wasn't quite right. Maybe it was just the seed wasn't quite right to grow. Maybe it just wasn't meant to be. All sorts of reasons why this Ace of Pentacles didn't grow into what you were hoping it would. If we can look back at that situation and understand, right, what we were doing and sort of what may have gone wrong, was this just kind of a fluke? Was it just a kind of divine timing? Things didn't work out for that reason? Or was there something that you could have done differently? Or maybe next time it needs different soil, or different water, or a different sunlight schedule. We're trying to go up here into our Queen of Swords and not stay in our Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, angry. Queen of Swords is saying, okay, I've risen above that anger. And now I can look back at that situation and I can really examine it. This is kind of a Gemini energy, right? It's an examine. I'm going to sort of look at it. I'm going to do the post-mortem on it, right? On whatever that endeavor was. Maybe it was a business thing or a financial thing. Maybe it was a love relationship. I'm really going to look at it and see if I can figure out what I was supposed to learn. Why did it fail? Did I do something wrong? Did they do something wrong? Or it just wasn't meant to be, right? Because that's going to allow you to increase in your own understanding and wisdom and realize what your talents and skills, what your contribution really is. And I think that through this process it feels like a process of closure. It feels like we're trying to just sort of do this examination and then say, okay, I'm done, case closed, let's move on. And then you're moving on with this fire energy, and I see you're really getting your mojo back, and you're going to try again. Okay? But your spirit guide is really wanting you to not be so frustrated. Now, you're angry, you're frustrated, that's okay. Feel that. But allow that energy to then subside, and you take on this more objective, bird's eye view, this more detached look at things, so we could try to figure it out. okay? As a way of achieving closure, but as a way also of increasing in our understanding so that we can create more success next time, going forward, tomorrow, in the future kind of idea. Because it feels as if this divine energy, this spirit guide in your life, this intelligence is trying to show you the way to that Empress. I'm betting this mystery card will be that Empress card. You're somebody capable of a great deal of effort. And I think that's part of the frustration here is that you gave this everything you've had. You gave this thing everything that you had. And I think you were let down. So now we've got our two majors. We've got fire, fire, fire. We've got water here. We've got air here. And then we've got earth, earth, and earth. I think that it was a disappointment. Okay. But in the future position, with this fiery, fiery Knight of Wands, this is double fire, right? This is an Aries energy. This is, our Queen of Wands is a Sagittarius energy. So this is the energy of things winding down. It's a mutable fire. It's fire now that's dimming, it's dying down, it's almost extinguished. It's kind of, I'm raging against this thing. I put in all this effort, and now it's just kind of like, it's going to just go poof, in a puff of smoke, right? This, then, is the beginning. This is now, we're fired up. This is that cardinal fire, that Aries energy. That's saying, I'm ready to leap into something again. I'm ready for this horse to just carry me off into the distance toward this new thing. And I'm just gung-ho about it. I'm just a little bit enthused, right? Inspired. And so we have to sort of do this post-mortem in order to then prepare for that next inspiration. Okay? And I think this is going to be a very important opportunity for you in the next few days. An opportunity to sort of try again, or to put all of your effort towards something else. Maybe the same thing, but maybe in a sort of different way, right? It's the same thing, but it is now augmented by your increase of wisdom. It may be saying, okay, I'm going to try it again. This time I know a little bit more about it. This time I've gained in a little bit of wisdom, and I feel like you're being led by spirit, by your spirit guide, or guardian angel, if you want to consider it that. And so it's not just a repeat of this. The circumstances are different. You're different. You've learned kind of what went wrong. Now, this is sort of the idea of, failures being sort of a good thing. You show me anybody that's at the top of the mountain, and I'd say that's someone that really climbed that mountain. Show me somebody that is the champion of something, that is the best at something, that has succeeded at something. And that's somebody that's fallen down a lot. That's somebody that has struggled a lot. Okay. And so those failures have to be worthwhile. They have to be, right? We have to make them worthwhile. But if we're not learning anything from them, if we're just getting mad and then we're going right back to it and we're going to just kind of do the same thing again, we're going to fail again. It's like, it's like a martial arts kind of thing. The student is jumping into the fight and just getting their butt kicked every time. And they just get more frustrated and go back in, they get their butt kicked harder next time. Right? Because they're not learning the lesson from those butt kickings, right? Those failures. Yeah, so they're just going to repeat the same cycle again and again and again. But I think you're being guided right now to look at this thing from a different perspective, not from a perspective of, I put all that time and money and energy into it, and look what it got me, nothing, I'm so mad. And then saying, okay, yeah, I'm pissed, but let me look at it with a fresh pair of glasses. Maybe a new pair of eyes, right? The spiritual eyes. The discerning, divine perspective. And let me see what was really going on here and what I can learn from it so that next time I can be a little bit better. Maybe this time this will be that complete success. But here you are with that Knight of Wands putting all your fiery energy into it, something again. While in the Queen of Wands, I'm never doing that again. Now, Knight of Wands is saying, I'm ready to do that again. You know? The inspiration's coming back. There's no doubt about it. Now, we're going to move to the path of the serpent. As we talk about these cards, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's free. And it really does support the channel, and I appreciate that. I don't usually sound like this. I'm a little bit under the weather still. But I'm hanging in there, you know. General energy becomes the Six of Cups. Well, how's that? This is the card of pleasure. This is the card of this sense of wholeness, community. This is the best day of my life kind of energy, right? This may be a little bit of optimism. It may be the feeling like the best day of our lives is the day we stand up after a failure with this fiery cardinal Aries energy that says, I'm ready to do it again. I'm back, you know, like you're in martial arts and you get your butt kicked. Best feeling in the world is when you stand up and you're about ready to jump back into on the mat or in the ring or whatever it is, the octagon. And, you know, you're fired up and ready, and it feels like bliss in that moment, you know. I think you're somebody that has a lot of support around you. Not only from this spirit guide or ancestor or guardian angel, but I think from a lot of friends and family too. Like you're someone who's very well liked. Like people seem to really feel good in your presence, you know. And if you are feeling this angry about something, it's a big deal. I feel like this was a big investment for you, and it feels like it probably was devastating that it didn't work out the right way. Okay, but see, with the Six of Cups, I feel like you're still maintaining a very positive attitude. Yeah, it feels like maybe this is something that has to do with family. See, the Six of Cups for me is a card of community, card of family. A lot of people call it the card of memories, you know, and things, and it can be. But it's more this feeling of connection. It feels like a tight-knit group of people that know each other personally, that are there to support each other, that are there to kind of help each other so that we all can succeed together. It's really a bonded sort of unit of love, right? It's not like a workplace thing where, yeah, we're all there with a common goal, but that maybe is a Six of Pentacles, yeah. Here we got the Six of Cups. So it's about that intimacy. It's about having the company of what's really important to us. And it kind of feels like even though this didn't really pan out, maybe this was a business thing or a financial thing, whatever that was that didn't pan out, you will always have the love of your people, your family and friends or whoever they are. And so this, I think, is really a fundamental kind of core thing for you, is this sense of connection, the sense of family or community that you have. I think this means more to you than anything else. And that maybe it is the memory, right? When we're so angry about this business thing that failed, right? Maybe we have to remember what our blessings really are. That you're happy, you're healthy, you got your people, you're well-liked, you're loved, you're cared for. You care for others. There's this bond between you and the other people in your life. Yeah, and so maybe that's kind of what we need to remember when we're in these moments of frustration or anger, and we just feel like we're just, we're ready to just throw down our magic wand, snap it in half, and say, I'm done, I quit. Maybe this is a work thing. Maybe this is you going home and being with your family and thinking, who cares about work stuff? Let's just love. Let's just be here together. And I think that's really an important factor in life, is to be able to let the frustrations of this particular effort, this particular work, not let it affect what's really important to you. That's Six of Cups, right? Now, in the environment, we've got that High Priestess. The High Priestess is the guide, right? The High Priestess is the, in some ways, it's the message coming from Spirit. And I think that because it's in the position of your environment and your relationships, I think that it's important you listen to what other people are telling you. I don't usually say that, do I? It feels weird. Listen to what your loved ones are telling you, because I feel like they're telling you it's okay, we'll get them next time, you got this, this is one speed, this is one bump in the road, right? It's one battle, but it's not the entire thing. You can do this. We love you, we're here to support you, we're here to help, we're going to get through it, right? So I feel like it's very important that you listen to those messages too, and believe what your loved ones are telling you at this time. See, it's interesting, there's not really a lot of swords cards at all. We have the two majors, we got fire, 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 we've got a little bit of water and air, and the rest is earth. The water and air are really important. It's the thinking and the feeling. You're feeling good in the neighborhood, and you're thinking right. You're thinking bigger picture, you're thinking long term, you're thinking, yeah, this was a failure, but who cares? This was one little bump in the road. This was one pothole in a larger highway. Putting things into perspective with that guardian angel person, which again, I think it feels like it's grandma or great grandma or something, right? They had a connection maybe with orchids. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, it feels like your heart and your mind are kind of getting into a good place. And some of this fire energy, it's dying down in this current situation. You're not feeling so frustrated anymore. You're ready for tomorrow, where it's just like, tomorrow we're going to be up and at 'em again. Tomorrow we're going to be right back to it, right? This is one little pothole. And we're going to keep going, yeah. Part of the High Priestess, too, is you accepting what Spirit is showing you. And it may be just this idea here that this pothole is just a flaw in the road. You didn't do it. It may have been a big bump, may have hurt, maybe like you scratched the car a little bit, but you didn't put that thing there, and there was nothing you could have done to avoid it. So it's Spirit's way of saying it's not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. We're pissed, we're frustrated, but we can let it go and we can move on. Okay. And we can keep going. So it's accepting just kind of the inevitability of some things where nothing could have been done differently. We still need to learn from that experience and maybe figure out a way where we can avoid some of the potholes in the future, but we couldn't have changed the way things happened. Okay. But what we can control is what we do now and how we are looking at the future. Because now the Knight of Wands is looking at the future and thinking, I'm ready to light it up. I'm ready to put in, all my effort again. We have to get over this Seven of Pentacles. We have to get over the failure. And this is the obstacle. The obstacle is failure. The obstacle is something not panning out. It's a fear of failure. We all have it. And sometimes it makes us not want to try because, well, what if I fail? What if I plant the seed and it doesn't grow, and then what? Well, yeah, then what? And it didn't work. So you just figure it out, do it again. You try it again. If we all quit after the first failure, or even after the 100th failure, nothing would ever get done in the world. You show me somebody who's successful, and I'll show you somebody who's failed a lot. But we'll always have this sort of, maybe it's not necessarily a fear, I'm trembling about the prospect of failing at this, but it's kind of an apprehension. I don't really want it. I don't want to fail. I don't want to get my butt kicked, And honestly, that's part of the reason why I haven't joined my daughter at jiu-jitsu class yet. Every time I go, the coaches are like, when are you going to sign up? When are you going to sign up? I'm saying, soon I will, soon. I haven't yet. And I say, well, it's because I don't have enough time, I'm busy. But then I realize that, no, it's just because I know to get my butt kicked for probably a while, months, years, before I get good enough to feel like I actually can compete with those other people there. So it's me not wanting to get put on my butt so many times, night after night, But we realize that this can't stop us from doing what we need to do, doing what we feel, is our work, our ambition. I think this is something meaningful to you. I think that now you have the opportunity to start it again. You got that Ace of Wands at the end there, turning this failure really into an opportunity. It feels like it's some kind of a business thing or a creative thing, or I don't know, if you're trying to get something published or produced or something. Maybe you're trying to open a business or something of that nature, but you're getting the opportunity to try again. And this may be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You may never get this exact chance again. Well, in fact, I know you won't, because this is now. And tomorrow, things are going to be different. If we don't take this opportunity now, this exact thing is not going to happen again. Because of that death card, things are always marching forward. Tomorrow, things are going to be different. This is what you're being offered right now, but then in the future, circumstances will be different, you'll be different, it'll be different, the world will be different. This is a very unique time for you. And I think that you're allowing the support of your loved ones, your spirit guides, your guardian angels to help toss you over this river of doubt or of fear, and take advantage of this opportunity. Now I want to look at our mystery card. I sort of expect it to be the Empress, but it could be a 9 or a 10 of Pentacles, could be the Wheel of Fortune. It could be the Justice card, right? Your Libra power card. It could be some water energy. That would be helpful too. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments down below. Let's see what we have. It is the Hermit. Interesting. The Hermit. The Hermit, I think, is the one who is willing to follow their will, even when it has to cross some unknown or dangerous territory. Now, with the Death card, this really could be symbolizing the fact that what you're doing has never been done before. You've certainly not done it. So it's not like this is something that you've done a million times and you should know how to do it already. And then it's kind of like, yeah, what's wrong with you? You've done this a million times. You can't figure out how to tie your shoes? No, this is something you've never done before. Why would you expect to get it right on the very first try or the 100th try, right? So to me, it feels like you're at the very cutting edge of something. You're cutting your own way through the jungle here. You're making your own path. Well, that's precisely what the Hermit does. The Hermit is the way shower. The Hermit is sort of your own spiritual light guiding the way. And it's never been done before. Every step is a new step. Every step is a once-in-a-lifetime, sort of the first time it's ever been done. You're at the very bleeding edge of whatever this is. Okay? Every step you take is sort of innovating, creating the path before you. Does that make sense? So the Hermit, I think, is a very good card here, because it should be some reinforcement. It should be this idea of, yeah, I've never done this before. I'm going to fail 1,000 times. Well, that's because I'm doing something that no one's ever done. I've never done. It's, you're at the very forefront of this, of some movement, of some push forward. Yeah. You're at the very bleeding edge of something. And I think it's very important that you have your loved ones supporting you and helping to sort of push you forward. And it's motivating for you. Yeah. Now we're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, there's a link in the corner. There's one down below. New readings for Libra Wednesday and Saturday. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is free and it supports the channel. Leave a comment for me and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.